Hello, this is season 2, episode 11 of Formula One Fans of America, and episode 3 of The Kids Are Left Unsupervised. We have no adult supervision, so it's a bunch of ADHD. Let's go off. It's going to be more entertaining than the race that we just saw, thank God, because that was is perennial boringest race of Formula One, season in, season out. We'll discuss why. But we'll jump into we were right, we were wrong. I had Albon, Lewis, Russell, Max, Oscar as my top 5. Obviously, it didn't pan out that way. As a whole, we all kind of discounted Leclerc, except for Jay. Jay had Leclerc up there on the podium. Smart call. I think this was the first time he didn't qualify in the top 3, there was something there, but either way, Leclerc, that's his track, obviously, in his home race. He also, when we talk about we were right, we were wrong, have to acknowledge that I was wrong, that it was a bad year for home races. Leclerc hung in there the entire time. I should have seen that coming, and so poor analysis on my part. Lando, can we talk about this?
He still fucking almost bottled it at the first turn.
Dude, I got nothing on that one.
So,
he did technically
for the first time,
a little bit bigger.
Yeah, if
he would have been done.
Yeah, Leclerc was on his ass.
The only reason why he didn't, right, is because of the track. Because it's Monaco. Yep. Because of the track. And because this is why...
Nope, not going to say it. I'm going to regulate myself.
Well, it's because they're too big. And so we discussed this sort of at length in the last episode, and we'll try not to harp on it too much. But, how can we not? It's just boring. It's just fucking boring. The only way to make this better is to do something extremely drastic, which is our previous season suggestion of adding water to the track. It's some random event, so they would have to pit for inners and then pit again to put once it dries out.
But it won't matter.
Pitting is still boring as hell. It doesn't do anything. Actually,
you're both right. You're both right, because the 2 pit stop strategy that they introduced did nothing to make it more interesting. Correct? Except for Mercedes and Max, only because they were hoping, praying for the safety car that never came. Or Mercedes was just we're not going to do it at all. I have no idea what happened there.
I just thought of something that would make it really interesting with the pit strategy. Random number generation for who has to pit when.
That would be fun.
There's no planning. You can't use your teammate to back up everything. That could be interesting. They could call out, let's say, Albon and Sainz get double stacked, and fucking George's lap 1 and Antonelli's lap fucking 77. Shit like that would be amazing.
Oh, yeah, that was a better idea than mine.
I'm sorry.
Mine was to put knives all over the car,
Mad Max style.
Yeah, I thought that would be fun. And it would just be those robo death matches. They make Monaco way more interesting.
We need adults in the room.
Okay, but I did there were 3 places that they could make very minor changes to the track to just give it a wider race line, and it would change the race line but widen the track just a little bit, which would allow for overtaking. One was at the hairpin turn. One was at the changing the Nouveau chicane, and then I forget.
Eliminate that shit. Yeah, so I'm sorry to interrupt, but eliminate that fucking chicane. You saw the incident with Gasly. There's justification. There's too many drive-throughs on it. It does disable passing completely on this stretch of the road. Like, fucking take that worthless chicane out, please. I'm sorry for interrupting you, but go ahead. Like, I just got.
You're good. That was all I had to say.
Yeah, it just made me mad. Fuckface actually did pretty well this weekend, and so did our.
Which fuckface? There's several.
Yeah, I thought you liked him. Now I thought you got that cease and desist letter. I thought you weren't going
No,
to say anything.
No,
no,
hold
you're
on.
you're referring to
This
my
was
affinity for Lance Stroll, who I said in the
French
group chat.
There's
Who I said in the group chat is my boy this year. Lance Stroll is my new best friend.
you have 3 fuck faces that you constantly refer to as fuck face.
You do.
8. Albon's off the list. Like,
I didn't
he's
say
gone.
Albon, Ocon.
Ocon, Stroll, and
Ocon.
Lawson.
And Albon's off my list too. Stroll's
When
off
was
my
he
list.
on your list?
Albon,
He
I
was on
gave
my
a lot
list.
of, like, it wasn't super harsh criticism. It was just acknowledging his failures as a driver and questioning his validity in the sport, and like the length of time and grace that he got with Williams versus like other drivers. Other
Okay.
drivers got a lot, like, like one
Like
and
Logan
done.
Sargent.
Like, that was more valid though, because he wrecked way too much, and it, like, as much
Yeah,
as
but
I
didn't Crash and
really
Pinto wreck
wanted him.
more?
Yeah, and Albon's wrecked his fair share of cars, and then
Yeah.
wrecked his car, and then took Sargent's. So it
Yeah.
that was the objection to him, because it was like, man, but he's proven me wrong this year. Like,
You need to
go back.
just assign them different nicknames of distaste.
Okay. Well, there was Ferret Face French Fuck, who's no longer.
You promised you were not going to do that.
He was just
Exactly.
saying what his name used to be.
Used to be. Now that is Ocon. Good dude. Drives for Haas, American racer. Fucking like him. He's
You got a
waving the
cease and
American
desist
flag
letter.
now. I mean, if I could talk about it, I would.
And then
Alpine, his former team, shit fucking weekend. Like, super bad. Gasly, like, rare mistake from him. I used to criticize him a lot, but he was a younger racer. But, like, he locked his shit up, crashed into Yuki, wrecked his weekend, and just Alpine all around just didn't do it. It does make things interesting for the 4th place team, because Williams still can, like, get up in there.
I'm sorry. I honestly just thought of Bono telling Lewis, get in there.
Let's talk about the
like,
drama between. So Fabian's not
good.
here, so we could speak bad about Williams.
Oh, I thought we were
And
going
we
to
could
speak bad about Mercedes.
We can this weekend or this week.
No,
but
I was going to say,
let's talk about the
talking
vowels
shit.
thing, and talk some shit about vowels and how this went and how it made this already sluggish DRS train of a fucking race go even worse by slowing things down deliberately. Go off. J.
Okay, so Williams doing what they did, RB doing what they did, and did Mercedes do it too? Or did they try to and they failed miserably? I can't remember. Yeah. So I don't think for a second that George and fucking Antonelli should have been given a drive-through for that bullshit. I'm sorry, what Albon did should have been considered fucking unsafe driving. Literally, there was a 6-second per lap difference in pace from the lead car to Albon and Sainz. Like, that's fucking ridiculous. There's no reason for that. And people are fucking just dumb.
But
If
unfortunately,
anything-
they were talking about so much that there's no rules against deliberately driving slow, and that there was a petition that was submitted to the FIA to make that illegal, and they just scrapped it.
And I think, like, that's the crucial thing here is, like, there is no written rule of, like, deliberately slowing down in the middle of a race to do this. And I think, like, it absolutely is gonna. just makes Monaco so much effing worse. Like, especially now, like it's so glaringly obvious that like this cannot continue to happen. But please, Jay, continue. Thank you.
So my biggest issue is, and mind you, I fucking hate Checo with all my heart. But whenever he did this in 21, how many fucking Lewis humpers were up in arms? Like, oh, he shouldn't be allowed to do this, blah, 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 blah. And now they're like, oh, well, whatever, it's fine. It's Monaco. Monaco's history and this, that, and the other. Get fucked. Like, seriously, I'm sick of Monaco. You're not going to fucking be able to make this track better unless if you do something completely random. Like, Max saying, let's get Mario Karts out there. George even agreeing basically with him. Like, whenever you have polar opposite drivers saying this shit sucks, maybe it's time to actually look at it. But we're going to lose Zandvoort, but keep Monaco. We're going to lose fucking Imola, but keep Monaco. Like, don't like it. It's... Dude, Imola brings in cash, and right now, Zandvoort is bringing in mass amounts of cash.
Where do they all live?
Like,
hey, we can't overlook that. Where the fuck do they all live, dude? Come
all
on.
of them fucking hate it.
They all fucking live in Monaco. It doesn't matter if they fucking hate the race. This like everything you're saying bolsters what we said on the last episode and agreed on, which is like this needs to be an exhibition event. It needs to be a fun thing. We do it on the track, but we do it in old cars.
Do it with the Lego cars.
It doesn't count for points. Do it in any car. Exactly. Like do it in the V10s, do it in the V8s, do it in Lego cars, do it in whatever you want to do it in. Go-karts.
Souped up lawnmowers.
Make it a kart race. That would be freaking amazing. But it needs to be an exhibition at this point because there's dissatisfaction from all parties involved. Like, you know what I mean? And that's like ultimately what this boils down to is that nobody's happy with this race. The drivers aren't, the fans aren't. Like this is like a spectacle, but nobody wants to say like, oh, we can't do Monaco. And especially not because all of the drivers, not all of them, but you know, a majority of them live in Monaco. And like this is just a historical thing. It's because they don't pay property tax. Or income tax. They don't pay income tax there. So, and it's one of the most beautiful places in the world. And it was host to one of the greatest racing tracks of all time, formerly before the cars got bloated. And it ruined everything.
It hasn't been good
F1
since
race
the
fans.
late fucking 80s, man. Get off yourself with that.
I'm not arguing with you. Like you're not
but
saying
those
anything.
cars
I'm
were
not.
fucking some of the tiniest ones that they've made. Besides like the little shuttle fucks, but nobody counts those.
Completely concur. You're not arguing with me. You're arguing with history and current events. Like I'm not arguing or disagreeing with you at all.
I mean,
I completely concur and agree with you.
These were 40 years ago, bro. I just broke Rich.
40 this year, and you can just shut your fucking mouth. All right.
Dude, I'm older than you. It's fine.
Norris finally didn't screw up Paul. And the only place he could probably be able to not fuck up.
He did it one time last year, and you can't count this year. He's still at one.
Thank you for interrupting me. I was gonna say he didn't do it this year. He finally didn't screw up Paul this year, and like carry on like he did last year, which we highlighted extensively about his mental like dilemma of holding a lead and like finishing the race. He can absolutely be the fastest dude on track. But it's hard for him to finish in first after he does it. He has like lead leg syndrome, and it's like a shitty mental thing. But he tried to. He absolutely tried to fuck it up by locking it up on the first turn. And the only reason why he didn't fuck it up is because it was Monaco.
Yeah.
It's the only way he didn't absolutely fucking ruin this shit. I know. I was trying to segue to something else. Dick face. Is Alonso ready to fucking retire already after this?
No.
Like,
Dude,
Why not?
Don't leave my man alone.
I'm not harping on him. It's not his fucking fault. It's a third of the way through the season. And he hasn't scored a point due to no fault of his own. Well, maybe one bad crash where he spun out, but like I don't even attribute that to him. It's like a lack of comfortability with the car. Obviously, with like 23 year, I think is this his 23rd season. Like I don't. I'm projecting, but like I'd have to imagine if I was him, it would be awful. It would feel terrible to try to come in and drive this like car and try to race it and have it spin the fuck out on me sometimes. And like, yeah, now I'm damn near a fourth of the way or a third of the way through the season and I haven't scored a point.
So I think Alonso is literally just holding out for a Newey car and hoping for the best.
You think like 2026 is like I mean,
yeah,
okay, so like that would inject
like,
a very point of logic for me, whereas like, all right, I'll see what this shit does next year. But then I'm gonna be out. Like if this shit doesn't go like if it goes this horribly next year, I would want to be out.
Oh yeah, and I think he will be, in all honesty. Like I don't see him staying past 2026 regardless. You know, like I could see him being like, yep, fuck all of you, I'm out. But yeah. I don't.
Yeah. Hey.
Either that or they're just trying to make Stroll look better, maybe. Maybe that's the plan. Stroll can beat a champion and then be like, okay, I'm gonna retire because I beat a champion that was my teammate in equal machinery.
Let's talk about this because
and then they go get Max. Yeah.
Put some respect on his name first of
I
all.
really do think that's what's happening.
Second of all, we posted about this, but Newey has said complimentary things about Stroll. And it is like if at the end of the day, he's close to his teammates. He's not as bad as a lot of people think he is. What are your guys' thoughts on that comment by one of the greatest aerodynamics designer in Formula One history?
I think he's the one sabotaging Alonso. Okay, I'll behave. Sorry.
So this brings us to our other favorite topic with both of you, Conspiracy Corner.
Hang on. I'm just
carry on.
I want to see this now. Okay, so I found an interesting website. It's all the points between drivers. 2017. Oh wait, sorry. When did Vettel join Aston Martin? Was it 2019 or 2020? Had to have been 2020. So yeah, Vettel was definitely blowing his ass out of the water from the looks of it. Yeah, no.
I mean, he was.
I don't count
Sebastian Vettel. It's the comment was that he's not that far off.
How old is he now?
Stroll or Vettel?
Newey.
Oh, Newey's like 100.
Are we sure he's still there?
So I'm not gonna lie. The comment from Fabian was he's smoking that $1 billion crap pipe.
So Fabian's definitely not wrong on that one.
It is an allegiance to authority.
Hey, Newey, I'll give you 20 million if you say something nice about my son.
I'll give you 20 million if you just unplug a couple things in Alonso's car.
I think they already gave him the contract that he got, which was like, yeah.
So then it was probably in the fine print, and he read that and was like, "Ooh, I can force a retirement and get paid."
I think he just doesn't give a shit, and it's just like, yeah, this is PR. This is what you do. I'll say something nice about the boss's son. yeah, I could say something nice about the boss's son. And literally what he said and claimed wasn't that like invalid. He's like, you can just say he's close. He didn't say anything. He didn't say he was better
He didn't
than
give
anybody.
anything. He didn't give any measurable
He-
data either.
And that's exactly so. Like, it's an ambiguous comment that you can make that's positive. It's like a nice thing to say, but at the end of the day, like he didn't really make like a substantial claim about it. It was just like, yeah, if you look at him, he's not that far off from his teammates. Like that's not saying
That's not saying
anything
much.
positive about a Formula One driver. You know what I mean?
Because also,
And
like,
so
he's not that far off from his teammates.
That's like-
but what time frame are we talking about? Are we talking about like the last few races? Because true.
it's exactly
But-
that.
No.
But I
This
still
year
think they're
is the
sabotaging the
first
car.
year that fucking no. Nope. I'm not buying into that one. I'm sorry. I can't.
You got to say sit on it and rotate.
He might
All
like
right,
it too much.
Jiminy Christopher. I mean, that's basically what F1 said to Gabriele Bortoleto this weekend. Was like if you're gonna try to come into a turn that wide, you're going off in the barriers. Props to the young rookie for recovering his car and actually finishing the race. Like I do
Props
have
to
to give it to
Gasly
him.
getting his car back to the pit lane, even though he probably shouldn't have.
I was gonna say he really shouldn't have.
Yeah,
Fabian would argue with you
No.
and say that because 3 tires were still working perfectly, it wasn't a dangerous drive. Because
Yeah,
he
other
was
than the
at one
fucking
point.
whole suspension was dragging and everything else. Like, no reason at all.
Couldn't he have gotten a penalty for that?
Yes, he should have gotten a penalty for that.
Look, we
I
just
didn't
made
know
something
we were-
interesting.
I didn't know we were ganging up on our co-hosts while they're not around to defend themselves. Oh, fine.
What? Are you kidding me? That's the best time to go after them.
I don't want to deal with that pushback.
I just say nice things about you guys when you're not here. Who the fuck threw that banana peel?
They think it was a
May
Monaco
cover this shit.
Marshall. I don't remember what
Marshall?
lap it was. They think it was a Marshall. So like I think it was like lap 17. It's you can only see it on the onboard, and it is literally just a blip. I don't know how this guy caught it, but it's absolutely wild because he only was able to pull like 3 frames. And he's like, you can see Lando driving, and it's coming up to this where it's like a short barrier, and then you see something, and there's marshals standing there. That's the only people standing there are the marshals, and you see like something fly over the barrier as if they're littering into the track. And then when you hit the second frame, you can see that it's like this flared yellowish object that's held together by a stem. And then in the last frame, you just see it like kind of go over the car and over Lando. But I think that is the just most beautiful and poetic way to try and screw up someone's race.
I mean,
Hey, they
it's
brought
like-
Mario Kart. They brought Mario
Exactly.
Kart to Formula One.
Maybe that's what Max
Yeah.
saw, and that's why he said it.
Maybe.
I mean, it's funny because it does harken back to our last episode of like what can you do to make things more interesting? But this is not the way.
I mean,
It's funny. I enjoy it. I think it's hilarious. I don't wish to see it again. It also like draws back to what we say where like seconds of distraction and like radio calls. Like Leclerc last weekend, but and Lewis too. Like the more you have to argue with your team chief, like over the radio, the more distracted you are. Like these guys are very active the entire race and like mentally doing things. It takes a lot for mental memory. And then like to have to sit here and like think about what you're saying on the radio it could be very frustrating. Any distraction costs you tenths of a second. in a sport where it's down to hundreds of second and thousands at sometimes. So I think it's funny.
It is hilarious.
Yeah. I don't like it, but I still think it's funny.
I mean, how sad is it though that Monaco is so boring that you can bottle a first turn like with a complete lockup and still hold on to first, and then get a banana peel like thrown at you by a Monegasque who is actively trying to sabotage your race so that Leclerc can win, and still nothing happened.
It's very funny to me. Can we talk about Mercedes' shit strategy? They might as well throw a banana peel in front of themselves so they can fucking.
They didn't have a strategy. They didn't have a strategy.
Okay, so here's my thing with this: is that everybody's strategy of backing up fucking other people. George Russell finally saying, "You know what? Fuck you guys. I'm going through right here, and if you want to penalize me, fucking penalize me. I don't care. I'm bored." Like, that is saying something whenever your good guy image fucking latte drinking fuckboy literally says, "This is stupid and I'm bored."
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's
I do love Alex's response though, where he's like, "You have to take me out to dinner," and Albon goes, "Yeah, how about a drive-through?"
Yeah.
Yeah, again, that was probably one of the only other interesting things, and it wasn't even in the race.
Like, I can't with these motherfuckers anymore. Like, I tried.
How about a drive-through is like a very underrated comment. Like, that's funny as shit. Come on. Like,
but again, it wasn't even in the race. So like all of the interesting shit didn't even happen in the race. It was so boring.
Again, it's Monaco. This is why this will be our shortest episode of the season, because there's literally nothing for us to talk about. There's literally nothing else to talk about. This shit fucking race that we all loathe. And it does, like, I just want to go back to our previous episode where our solution for this, make an exhibition race, bring back the V10s. We were unanimous in that. Like, that is what needs to happen. Like, have them race.
I still disagree.
Have it not count for points. Have it not count against it. They can race in cars where they can actually race them due to the size. And like it, I love your ideas about extending the track to accommodate it. That's probably the most pragmatic thing and what would happen versus our solution with an exhibition. But it does, like, I don't know. We got to do something here.
Yep. There's nothing to do. Take fucking Monaco off the calendar at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It is literally the most god awful. Actually, no.
You know damn well that's not going to happen.
Just
they all live there. It's not going to fucking happen, dude.
They don't even
let the man talk.
That's not a pragmatic solution.
You're both pretty. Jay, what do you have to say?
What about doing a time attack? 3-lap time attack for the fucking thing. It would equal out to be the same number of laps. Are you fucking kidding me? You wouldn't love to see a fucking full out F1 qualifying, basically.
With these cars around that course? With these cars around that course? Fuck no.
In 1:10. Okay, and take out that one chicane that I mentioned whenever we were paused. Take out that chicane. Open up that tunnel to full bore and fucking do a time attack. That would solve all of this.
I don't agree. Like, I think it's still gonna fucking suck. There's not gonna be enough passing.
I would watch a.
I'm with you in willing to abandon it at this point and abandon it.
But that's essentially what you're doing.
The Formula F1 schedule. Make it an exhibition, the way that we agreed and discussed last episode. How are you disagreeing with me now?
No, I'm still saying, like, that's one option. Another, we're giving the FIA options here, Rich. Give me some time.
Okay.
They have enough money. They don't need options. Right. Just take the race out of the lineup.
But there's 3 options. Either take the race out, 4 options. Introduce a chaos factor. Like either the random number generator for fucking pitting, or
Nice.
random sprinklers popping up during the race, or fucking something along those lines, like something just completely fucking random. The exhibition race, like I said last week, and then the last one would be essentially Monaco already is a fucking time attack, basically. I'm just saying, don't let one lap fuck somebody up. Do 3 laps, take the best lap out of all 3, and that's that.
It's entirely too pragmatic, and I don't like it.
You just don't like it because it would actually work.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think chaos would be a lot more fun.
Oh,
I love
don't get into it. Can we just do a mixture of all of them? Doing
Yes.
one of the old
3
cars
laps
with the
3
time
laps.
attack and chaos
Yes.
factors.
I actually do love this. I like my other solution would be a sprint race and then a like exhibition.
I'm gonna go. This is what I'm going to
If you
call
have
that
to like
idea. I'm sorry.
like
I'm
for
gonna
the
call that idea your tagline boring.
so like here's the logic behind it. Like it's pragmatic to me because they want to bring the new F1 cars out. You can't leave it off the calendar. If FIA is going to do anything, okay, do this, but then also do an exhibition. Like at least they acknowledge that like this is a bullshit race for everybody. Like everybody wants to win it, but the only person that enjoys this is the person that wins. And I think like we can all like coincide on that. Like the only person that enjoys the Monaco weekend from F1 and the teams is the one that wins.
I don't even
Everybody
know if
else
I'd
is
say
like
that
this is a
anymore.
shit show and a parade.
Like I said, I don't even think I could say that anymore because Lando didn't really have much nice to say other than, yeah, it feels good to win this finally.
He was happy to win Monaco. He was
whenever
saying
he fucking
Monaco
won,
in
he
a
was like,
terrible tone.
yeah, I should have brought my fucking pillow.
Well, because that's him. And
Yeah.
he gets it. Zach Brown has a tattoo for Monaco when Danny Rick won.
That was Monza, dumbass.
Monza.
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck
Danny
you
Rick
too.
was with Red Bull when he won.
Yep.
Still won Monaco. Disregard. It was a big deal, right? It was still a big deal in modern day F1 car.
When did he win
It's
that? Was
not-
that 2014 that he won it?
I think so, yeah. Like 10.
So that was still the
God
smaller
damn it.
version of the cars.
Can't even say, yeah, 10 years ago. God damn it. All right. Well, I'm proven wrong once again. It happens.
It was 2018.
Was it?
Yeah.
Not 14, 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
Numbers.
I
are
thought Vettel was his teammate for some reason. Well, regardless, I
No,
was
it
wrong
was-
too. I mean, the race still sucks regardless.
Yeah.
But
Should that just be our tagline for the show?
Yeah. This shit is boring.
I feel like also
This is-
we've covered each topic like 3 times. And
because
all
like,
like
Yeah.
the same line.
It's
Shit
like,
is
what else are
boring.
you going to talk about? This fucking shit was boring. They just drove in a straight line.
All
no,
right,
they
with
We
didn't.
didn't
that,
talk
Just
about
I've got to
like
dip
people
out.
slowing down
Bye,
deliberately as a topic. Like
I'll
this
see you
shit
guys
sucked.
next week from
All
the
right.
motherland.
Oh,
Okay.
predictions.
Oh,
Respond.
right. Prediction for the Spanish Grand Prix.
Okay. Yep.
I got Oscar first.
Top 5.
Top 5.
Just top
Okay.
5. We don't even fuck with the predicted
Yeah, top
podium
5.
anymore. It's just not
All right,
even
right,
worth it.
All right. Oscar, Max, Lando, Leclerc, and Signs.
Nice choice.
I like it.
And with
Jay, you
that,
go.
peace.
Later, Meg.
Bye.
Anyways, so now that the other adult in the room's gone, no, she's not at
Barely.
all. No, she's really
Your
not
turn.
at all. I'm going to say because the new wings are now in effect as of this race coming up. No McLaren on the no McLaren in the top 5.
Ooh, okay.
So Max, Charles. Oh wait, no, Ferrari's got that flexi wing too. Oh. Fuck. Okay, so Max, Yuki, Sainz, Gasly. I still got to put Charles up there the way he's been driving, man. I can't not do it. I think it's stupid not to. Watch me be absolutely fucking correct. All right, you're up, man.
So I'm not sure where both of you left Lewis off. So I'm
His engineer. We forgot to talk about that.
We will. All right. So we'll get into it after. So I'm going to do Lewis, Max, Oscar, Lando, and Kimmy. Because Kimmy struggled through this weekend, but this kid is everything George Russell wants to be. This kid was everything to that team that, in his rookie year, I think Lewis was. And I think Kimi Antonelli is really the truth and a next generation Formula One driver. I'm very excited to see what this young man is going to do. And I have faith in this kid. He doesn't have the same issues that Lando does, where he's prodigious and he doesn't know how to handle it, and he doesn't know how to race with a wheel, and he gets inside his own head and can't run with the lead. He is fortunate because he doesn't really have to run with the lead, and we've never watched that outside of lesser Formula One or Formula events. I do think this kid is the truth, though. He's the real deal. Out of all of the rookies this year, he's been the most promising. I get that he's in the Mercedes. I get it. He's got a great car. But Russell's struggling with that car. He's still producing, and struggling with a car. And so for a rookie to struggle with a car and still produce points, and I still understand it, it's the Mercedes. It is still a great car, and he's not a Bortoletto or Duhan or one of these guys running in a shittier car. He's not driving a Haas or one of these lesser cars, but he's still going to have just the talent throughout the rest of the season. And his mentality, I think, and mental acuity is really what's propelling him forward. So I'm excited to see where he comes out. But that's why I got Kimmy on there. All right, brother. Well, first episode of the season, I think. What do we want to close out on?
The Ferrari fucking fuckery. The engineer with Lewis, how the fuck are you going to let your engineer talk to one of your star drivers like that? Not to mention that this guy's had issues in the past too with Vettel. So it's you have 11 world championships and they're both complaining about the same guy, but yet he's still there. And does that mean you're going to kick Lewis out next? There's a ton of drama on Ferrari right now.
What was the Horner rumor? What was that about?
So apparently there's a lot of talks from the Italian fans saying they want Vassir gone. So I don't know what's going to happen there.
That's weird to me. Not weird for Ferrari to fire somebody, but it's weird to me that like Horner would be in the conversation for Ferrari.
So you have to remember, whenever Newey was still there a couple of years back, they went after Horner and Newey both for a contract. And I mean, like,
I mean, I get why.
love him or hate him, Horner literally is one of the better team chiefs out there. Like, no matter how you want to look at it, the dude has what, 8 driver championships and 5 constructors championships. Like, and the team's only been around for 20 years this year. Like,
I mean, you
that's
struggle to
impressive.
Yeah, they just won their 400th race in 20 years. And
Yeah.
you'd struggle to find a better team. It like again, people at this level, they don't seem to worry about your personal issues because he kept his job throughout the scandal.
Yeah. Well,
That says a lot. It says that he's so integral that like they'll accept and take all the criticism of a scandal for this dude. It's very rare where a company stands behind somebody in the midst of a scandal where, by all accounts, he looked very, very, very guilty. Like, we saw his thumb. Like, the company stood behind him.
Okay. So, first and foremost,
So, like, he has to have something so valuable that another company would hire him outside of this. And if it was in his best interest, it would be to leave that company. And if it was like me, I would absolutely leave this and like put that dark past behind me and go on to somebody else. So there is somewhat validity to this rumor.
So, first and foremost, there was an investigation internally. Second, somebody, leaked all of this information out.
Strategically, we pointed out on our last episode.
Yes.
And as someone that's been a party
Strategically.
in an internal investigation, I know how bullshit that is.
Yeah. But you also have to remember there was 2 investigations. There was the internal Red Bull one, and then there was the external one where they actually hired independent people to fucking do this shit. And it still came out negative. So I don't care what the fuck my boy eating with Fruity Pebbles or whatever, I don't know. Like,
I mean, nothing about it was good or positive. I just meant that like he weathered the storm and apparently holds such value that like even that negative press, like he can withstand that. And another team would very likely be interested in him because of the reasons why he was able to sustain a scandal. Like there's some validity. There's like absolute validity.
Was it even really a scandal if nothing came out about it? Even his own wife didn't leave his ass. If there was any truth to this, yeah. Am I back?
Yeah, I mean, we saw his thumb.
Okay.
You're putting pressure and like unwanted desire onto an employee.
Yeah. So no. I read most of that shit. That was a fucking mutual relationship.
Okay.
Like, straight up, there was a lot, and I think that is why he did not get anything happen to him, is because that was a consensual relationship between 2 fucking adults. Yeah. Like, yes, he may have pushed for some pictures and shit, but there was a physical side to that relationship too, judging by the text. So you can't play fucking Wolf and the Piglet, like that just doesn't happen.
Okay, fair enough.
So that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, no, like, I mean, we'll avoid any victim blaming for sure because, like, it's just not
Oh,
like a good
absolutely. Don't get it
situation
twisted.
between employer and employee. Yeah, no, and I'm not.
Yeah,
yeah,
like
clarifying.
well, no, now I need to clarify this because I'm the one that said it. So I am not saying that the woman did not have anything happen to her. From what I actually got to read, it looked like a or a consenting relationship between two adults, and there was a physical side. The only thing that I saw wrong, and I am saying it's wrong, is that he was pushy about her sending things back to him. And in today's digital age, I don't blame her for saying no.
Hell no. And like,
Because I mean, obviously, look at what happened to Horner. His thumb got out there. Anyways,
All right.
So,
hey, we're at like 45 minutes. I mean,
I got nothing
this will
else
be
to
our
say,
choice
man.
episode. I got nothing else. Yeah. Like we talked about the next race, did our predictions. It's just like literally like my least favorite week of F1. Unless I could possibly go to Monaco, I really don't care. I think it's only for the benefit of the people that actually attend. And like, that's unfortunate. I get the history. I get that a lot of drivers live there, but with the current car configurations, it's shit. And like, I think everybody in Witness is trying to come up with creative solutions to make this historical event a better thing. But yeah, that's all we got for this week. So yeah, thank you for tuning in to Formula One Fans of America. This is season 2, episode 11. We'll see you all next week.